I'm going to show you my sleeping bag setup when I'm in cold weather camping conditions, like I am right now, sleeping on a glacier in Alaska. Just to prove that I'm actually not at home in my backyard, as some of my competitors do. Here is the glacier. Okay, so I've established that I'm sleeping on a glacier and that this is a cold weather setup. So what I'm going to do is show you how I set up my sleeping bag and all the things I do to make sure everything's right in the morning. As you can see here, I've got my Z-Rest foam pad on top of my air mattress, and I also use a Z-seat as a secondary surface, so when I lean over and I put my elbow, I'm not putting my elbow on the glacier, I'm putting my elbow on the foam or my knee or whatever. It makes a huge, huge difference. Now, what I have here is I've got my full fleece jacket. Sorry about the filming, since I don't have a camera crew. I use my full fleece jacket as my pillow, and I wrap that around my head, and gonna pack my head in here. Oh, it's cold. Whew. Hopefully my battery lasts. I pack my head in here, gonna snuggle it up, and that's how I can sleep at night. And it's a great pillow, it doesn't compress, it's not like my down jacket where it's crinkly, squishes, that thing's worthless for sleeping. This is spectacular. Now, since I'm in Alaska and this is May, you have to have a sleeping mask. Otherwise, it's so bright at night you will never sleep. Trust me. I've got on my neck my headlamp. I always have my headlamp around my neck so I know where it is 100% of the time. Yes, sometimes I end up sleeping on it and choking myself out, but it's handy. I've got my Mouseworks hat, the most powerful hat in the universe. Mouseworks.com, made in America. Yes, not made in China, made in America. This hat is incredible. I also have my Fleece Windproof Hat, and I have my Fleece headband as well. That's my headwear setup, but boy, Mouseworks hat, I have taken this thing to Antarctica, Denali, multiplying, whatever. So, as you can see, I've got a lot of stuff in my bag here. And I'm literally just waking up. It is, I'll show you what time it is. I should have gotten up earlier, but I was being lazy. It's cold. Yeah, so let me flip this around and show you what I got going here. Socks. Got my dry socks here. I've got my water bottle in an insulated zip thing. And unzip this just to show you. It's disintegrating. I do need to replace it. But this is my sleep water bottle that I sip on at night. More socks. I've got my blood oximeter because I've been doing some experiments in high altitude mountaineering just to see how I do. You can see my boot liners. Oh boy, it's cold. My boot liners here, my liner gloves, my working day gloves. More socks, my other boot liner. Oh, it's cold. My shirt that I wear in the day. I have my butt on. And my fleece climbing pants. Ooh, yeah. Love these fleece climbing pants. And then way down here, I've got my Western Mountaineering down booties. And as you can see, I've got my 260 weight long underwear icebreaker wool. I've got my smart wool heavyweight socks in here as well. And I've got my 260 weight icebreaker shirt. Of course, my watch. Oh, I messed this up. Man, I look like a Russian. And there you go. So you can see this is a huge pile of junk that looks terribly uncomfortable to sleep in. But actually it's not too bad, because what I do is I'm freezing. And my vest. Forgot my vest since my camera's out of it. I've got my phone in one pocket of my vest, and I always have this camera in the other pocket of my vest. And I keep that jammed in here too, so that way my camera's not frozen, my battery's not dead. Oh, it's cold. And I always zip from the outside here. Also, I put strings. Here, let me show you. I put strings on here, that way the Z-rest doesn't completely slide off the air mattress. I do not put the foam under the air mattress, because even with a super expensive X-Therm blah 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 air mattress, that crap is cold. But I have my fleece vest in here that I keep my cameras in inside my sleeping bag at all times. And what I do, let's see if I can find it here, is I'll have one boot liner here. Now I can rest my elbow on it at night. That way I don't end up on the ice or anything, because that's on the zipper side. And then all of the junk that I'm putting in here to dry off and warm up is in the right side of my sleeping bag, or opposite side of my zipper. I have a left zipper. This is a Puma Western Mountaineering sleeping bag. Pretty dang good. Had a couple chilly nights, but of course it was 60 knot winds, which is almost 70 miles an hour. It was storming Norma. It was so severe it knocked me over. I got out of my tent to check on my tent, and wham! Body slam. So as you can see, this is my sleeping bag setup. Now, why do I do this? This is a critical thing, because during the day when you're climbing, hiking, skiing, or whatever, everything gets wet. No, by the way, I sleep with a dedicated pair of outdoor research heavy-duty liner gloves. I do not wear my day liner gloves. Those, as you saw in my bag here somewhere, go to get dried off. I always sleep with liner gloves because your fingers deteriorate. Let's see if I can get it to focus here. Hello, camera. Yeah, check that out. Oof. All nasty and chipped up. Of course, now I can't get my glove on. I'm going to freeze my hand off. But the reason I do this is twofold. One, you need to dry off your gear, because in the day you sweat in it and it gets wet. And so if you foolishly just set your gear on the side here and it's wet, it won't dry off. And in the morning, your wet liners, boot liners, your wet gloves, your wet shirt, your wet pants will be minus 20 degrees. Bad. Now, does it feel like I'm sleeping in a bit of a garbage dump? You better believe it. If I'm in more seriously cold locations, I'll also put my water bottles in my sleeping bag. But I've got them in my parka here right now. I don't want to dig that open, but I've got my parka and all my other down stuff piled on there. But in Antarctica, I also slept with my water bottles because it was that much colder, like minus 40 degrees Fahrenheit or Celsius. So yes, that is an extra pile of stuff, but once you have frozen water bottles, you have no way to thaw them out. That is so important. So if you think you're going to end up with frozen water bottles, don't do it. Let's see, what else? Sleeping bag setup, yep. I think that's about it. As you can see, it's an operation to keep everything dry, but also, once I wake up and all my clothes are dry in my sleeping bag, when I put on my climbing pants, they are 70 degrees, even though it's minus 10 outside right now. So when I take off my long underwear, put on my climbing pants, warm. I put on my shirt, well, that shirt's always a little chilly, but it's still not minus 20 degrees and it's dry. Hopefully this gives you an idea of what it's like to be on an expedition to dry off your stuff in your sleeping bag, and what it really looks like at base camp. on Denali in the winter. It's always winter here. It's never summer. You're on a glacier. Thank you very much for watching. My name is Aaron Linsdale. I am a bowler, explorer, and professional adventurer. Please check out links in the description to my books, Antarctic Tears, Lost in Windy Corner, Adventure Expedition 1, How to Keep Your Feet Warm in the Cold, the Jackson Hole Hiking Guide, 50 Jackson Hole Photography Hotspots, the most crucial nuts to know, the 2024 Total Eclipse Guides, as well as my show, Antarctic Tears. Please like, comment, and subscribe to the channel to get more info like this. Thank you very much, and enjoy your cold camping.